Hi, I hope everybody is doing very well and that you're taking good care of your mental health. Today, I want to talk about the father's wound. That soul that a child has or an adult has because of not having their biological father in their life. Specifically, more so if a child grew up knowing that this father A, is their father, but over time they discover that actually everybody's starting to say, but oh, okay, we actually think Father B is your biological dad. But because of whatever happened, we don't talk about it. It's not a discussion. Once this insecurities start to build up, the child has more questions. So if Father A is not my biological dad and Father B is my biological dad, why didn't Father B reach out to me when I was younger? Why doesn't Father B even make contact now that I'm this old? What is wrong with me? So a child always internalizes anything that is not okay as their fault, right? And because they are not getting a response, they act out. They act out by drinking, drugging, being very aggressive because by fighting, getting into gangs as a way of coping because they now feel that they've lost their identity. So one of the key things that I want you to take away from this clip is when you are in a space as a mother, as Father A, when there's a child born, please discuss these things with the child. Let the child know, like, oh, mashallah, this is Father A, but we do have a Father B, but because me and that person didn't work out when I was pregnant with you or when we had you, now this person took you in and you became their they became your adopted father, but there's nothing wrong with you. We still care for you. We love you. That creates a formation in this child's life. That also answers a few questions about who they are as a person because of their identity. Because of societal norms, the mother is the nurturer, the caregiver, the one that the child can run to cry for most kids, right? But then, and the father is supposed to be the caretaker, the strict one, the disciplinarian, the one that steers the ship, for a lack of a better phrase. Now, when this ship is not okay, what happens is the child has a lot of mixed emotions. Now, coupled with getting into teenage moods, trying to discover who they are through, that identity crisis. Now that they discover that I'm not actually who I thought I was, I actually have another family, a lot of question comes into play. And then they idolize this parent that is not there. And then when they maybe get to meet them, they are crushed. And they are only crushed because of their expectations and just trying to discover who they are. So let's talk to our kids young enough, early enough, at the level where they are to let them know to avoid kids cutting themselves as a way of coping, acting out. At times you find kids dating older men as a way of trying to fill this gap, this void that they have of trying to understand, just trying to find affirmation. That's the biggest thing that they're trying to find, so that you have a healthy adult, you have a healthy child in the future. Because when we don't communicate about some of these things, this is what causes identity crises and the child losing their way and, failing at school, concentration being lost, and just purely acting out because they don't have answers. And sometimes because of culture, we are not allowed to ask questions to our parents that may be deemed as difficult to respond, or it may seem that you don't have respect. So as parents, as mothers, as aunties, let's just be honest with our kids at the level where they are at and with the information that they can take so that they can grow up with a solid foundation. Even if they are shocked to hear something, they still can come back to this foundation knowing that I still have this family that cares for me. And now I understand why this happened. Otherwise, you're going to just have a generation of broken kids, broken adults who don't know how to cope with emotions, how to deal with emotions, because their foundation has been shook and they still need answers to that. So take care of your mental health. Hope this helps. I know it's not an easy thing, but let's have discussions with our kids so that they just are healthy adults in the future. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again.